All right, welcome everybody. This is CBSI Presents Tales from the Flipside. We at 101. If you missed it, we had our number 100 episode last week. So if you didn't check it out on the channel, make sure you go check it out on the channel. I'm Dino. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Presented by comicbookinvest.com for all your speculation needs. We got special guests obviously with us because Paul can't make it. He's running into a problem. So boys, let's go around the room here and let's introduce ourselves.
What up, guys? McClay out here in good old Arizona. Looking forward to this show. I've been wanting to get this guy on for a while. I know he was on for a quick second, but this will be a quick minute. So,
got John Z. For all of you Marvel fans, we timed episode 101 to coincide with the Morbius trailer drop. I thought that was a really well thought out 5 years ago in advance. We really thought hard on this. So, little Morbius Day with 101 episode.
I never even thought about that. It's Ben S, and I'm just gonna keep looking at my phone, and probably most of you guys are probably watching the national championship. But
hey,
I'm keep looking at my phone, and
let's go, brother.
Or Dino will give me updates.
I'll give you updates, brother. I got you all day.
If it were Sean, he'd just play it in the fucking background for us.
I should really loudly. I mean, they're not gonna kick us off YouTube anyways.
I was gonna say they're probably flagged on YouTube.
Well, we do have a special guest, so introduce yourself, sir.
How you guys doing? It's Robert Fordham, hailing from Maryland, and I like foreign butts, and I can't lie.
I'm sorry, Robert. I think I fed your addiction, and I apologize, but I don't that hard.
I blame Roy Bell more than anything.
Well, we want to throw out thanks for everybody that joined us for episode 100. We had a lot of fun with you guys, and we're looking at continuing to 200. So stick around, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Make sure you comment, and like everybody said, like and subscribe. So I think for pickups wise, I might be the only person with pickups tonight other than Robert.
I got pickups, but it's not comic or card related.
Well, I still want to see it, man. Come on.
Well, it's really big, so I can't show it to you.
Oh, great.
Whoa.
Great.
Listen, we out here. No, so I bought baby stuff, man. I got all the kids out here. I got two Graco like seat things for your baby seat. I got a baby seat, and I got a stroller for $65, man. It's like
Did you get the unified one where the stroller drops in the seat and the thing? Oh yeah. You don't want to be messing with that not easy latch thing.
Yeah, the missus said that the travel system is like a Graco travel system, goes for like $300 alone. So
I'm
out here making deals. Give me those mom to mom groups.
I love Dennis Hayes.
Dino's on Facebook moms, buddy.
Yeah,
Watch
I love
out.
Dennis Hayes sends it's a gender reveal. Did you guys see? I saw one of the craziest gender reveals I've ever seen in my life, and it was a chick that was laying down on the ground and she farted blue dust.
That's fake, right?
Oh, is it fake?
Yeah, it's fake.
That was so great. I still think it's great, man. That had to be one of the funniest things I ever seen.
Can I get baby seats graded? I'm gonna try to send it to the video game. Maybe they'll
figure it out.
I thought that would be like an action figure, like
maybe
26 points of articulation.
Gosh,
You know
what's funny?
like a transformer just folded up.
Oh, dude, we don't even know. I mean, the funny thing is, like, we still gotta try to put it in the like car seat. We haven't, like, it's all still in the boxes and stuff. We're like, we got 5 months, dude.
You're like, it's like a manhood growth. Is the first time it takes you like an hour and a half, and then by the end, you're like a minute and a half, 2 seconds. I got it.
Throw it in the trunk.
I just told the missus we'll just ratchet strap it down. It's fine.
I tell you what though, never get a car seat from the airport. My brother-in-law flew in one time. They lost his fucking car seat and luggage, and they gave him the rental.
Oh.
I have put in so many car seats. I'm sitting there for God knows 40 minutes in the airport trying to get this seat in there.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm not a rookie.
I got extra bases, so I can give one to my parents. So basically, I can just give everybody just the car seat, like my parents and everything, and just like, okay, just give me the car seat back and say like, here's the base and here's all the crap, you know.
You see the bases, man.
Yeah, I mean the bases are like $25 a pop theoretically. So I mean, we got
Well
two
worth
bases.
every penny.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, and everybody's yelling at us because we're buying stuff for the baby. Like you're not like, what are you gonna get for the shower? Like I'm just gonna buy everything if I get good deals, man. You want to see me out here? It was
Flipping extra strollers, man. Those doubles, those are money.
I told what I told her, I was like, let me handle this negotiation. I did like everything else. I was like, what's your bottom dollar? And then he's like 70. I said, can you go 65? That's what I do. That's what I do. I lower the lower.
We're losing comic viewers by the minute, but please share to the Facebook comic group. We're gonna kill it.
I will. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
So for the only pickups section of this week, other than the big part of the show, I just have a quick one. I got to give a shout out. The guy, it's a group that we shout out quite often, and I want to thank Brian Wood for telling me about this place a while ago. I ended up getting a package in from Slabbed Heroes.
Oh.
And I remember Ben showed this on the show a while back when it came out, and just blew me away. It was one of the most beautiful covers I'd ever seen by him. It's probably my favorite cover by him, but it's the Amazing Mary Jane secret variant art germ cover.
Oh,
okay.
sweet.
So, yeah. So I picked one of those up. But the cool thing about this is the package was pretty hefty. And he sent me a stack of like 10 books in it for free. They're all floppies. And I guess they're probably the books that they buy and don't pass their first test. But so they gave me Absolute Carnage #1, the variant.
That's a good.
Gave me the sick Immortal Hulk cover. That's a pretty sick Immortal Hulk cover. That would look great with an autograph or some type of sketch on it.
I love those.
Right on the forehead.
Yeah, right. Absolute Carnage Venom. They gave me this pretty cool Black Cat J. Scott Campbell cover. And then this is the one I was really surprised to see in there, just because it's a great cover, and it's this X-Men variant. I think that's an art. Is this Art Germ too?
Yeah.
Like art.
No.
Yes, I believe
It
it
is
is.
Art Germ.
Yeah, so another really cool Art Germ cover. That's another beautiful Art Germ cover that I remember seeing, but I didn't remember it looking this good. So it looks so much better when it's free.
Man,
He says it's the 1 in 25 too.
Yeah, I mean that is pretty cool. So I appreciate that. Big shout out to Slabbed Heroes for that. I can't say enough about those guys.
What did the slab cost you?
I think it was $80.
That's cheap, man. I mean,
Yeah. But then on the card market, I picked up a couple of the Bowman Draft Sapphire boxes. They're 32 cards per box, and they're basically just a different version, like refractor, that only come in the Sapphire boxes.
and you had to be part of the group to get to be able to order those, right?
Yeah, they were only available to the Topps membership group, I think, online, or special buyers or something like that. And they only did so many, cases. Yeah.
Or did you buy them off the market?
I bought them on the secondary market, so they're going for about $129 a box. I was able to get mine for $90 a box. So,
I think cost for those members was around $60, I believe.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, this is something that I'm going to be trying to get into, is to get into some of these, figure out how to get into as a group on some of these deals, and me and Dino and Ben hopefully have something working in the background. We can do some of these cool breaks that we're seeing, but I'm going to do my best to get in on some of these, cheaper buy-ins. But I don't know. A lot of people are going crazy about them and thinking about just holding on to them and keeping them unopened. For the prospects that are in there, the Adley Rushman kid is in here, the catcher for Baltimore, and then there's a couple other young prospects in here that are pretty highly touted. But I'm going to obviously open them. You'll see these on a Table Breaks episode coming to you soon.
Yeah.
What's that?
I know. I can't either. I can't hold on to a wax.
It's impossible.
Dude, it's contagious right now. I have the college football. I have us doing this, and I'm watching a break video. I'm in right now all at the same time.
Well, it's fun. I'm having a lot of fun doing it, and that's for sure. And now I just got to start selling stuff to feed the need. So we'll see what happens. But real quick, another thing that I want to talk about is we've talked about this for a couple episodes now. If any of you guys out there come across some really kick-ass pickup that you found in the wild, something on par with Dennis Hayes, Caliber Presents #1 for a quarter, let us know. We'll send you a link, and you can join us for pickups that week and show us what you got. So just get a hold of us on social media or shoot us an email, and we'll get you on. So,
Ozzy, your bullshit doesn't count.
But
and I'm in Maryland.
I know we have a big chunk of this episode is going to be on our guest pickups that he's got to show us. But do you guys want to kind of talk about our collecting goals first, or would you like to kind of bring that towards the end? What do you guys?
But I do have one pickup. I have one.
First.
You got one pickup. Let's see it.
Up, dude.
He has one non-foreign?
Yeah,
Yes. Non-foreign.
Hey, if you guys, I just want to say, follow Rob's Comics 81. He's got a really fun video about one of his pickups too. Little TikTok action.
Yeah, so I was talking to this one guy when I was in Baltimore a while back, and he was talking about how he was getting rid of some of his comics, and it was kind of a funny story where we got to the point of he got Black Panther, and I've never owned a Fantastic 452, and he came down to it, and he said, you know what, since I know you, I'll sell it to you for $100. It's not in the best condition, but I'm just using it for a couple dollars for groceries, so it's not the best grade, but $100 you can't can't argue with that.
Hey,
Only thing about it is it got cover detached. It's the only thing that's kind of wrong with it, but hey, you can't turn it down when you got a chance, right?
No, you're damn right on that one.
Just put some staples in it. CGC will never know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to make sure I leave them out in the sun for a little bit. So
That's right.
Hate it.
You know what? That's fine. Cover detached is all right if it's a pretty book, man. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I'd rather have
a
that
lot of covers.
beat up one with a cover that is attached.
Yeah.
Right.
And
or one that's really faded or something like that.
Oh, like the Avengers
yeah.
one I see on eBay all the time. The sun's been sitting in there for like 35 years.
Oh, that was terrible to even look at.
I think Ozzy's calling us out for our Flipside challenge.
Well, Robert, why don't you join us in on this collecting / selling goals that we're coming up with? Think of some ideas that you got coming, and I guess we can kind of each go through our selling and collecting goals that we're kind of planning on for 2020. I think Z's the only one that actually was prepared enough to make a little infographic. So we'll let him.
Made a graphic?
What? Oh yeah, he's got this thing all down.
Hey, one of us is trying to figure out this graphic software for his foreign podcast. So
why don't we start it off with you, Z, since you got the good stuff? We'll go ahead and start it off.
We're doing Robert's pickups.
Well, let's do Robert's pickups after we talk about our collecting goals, because Robert's pickups is going to be the fun part of the episode.
Yeah. So this is the not fun part.
Yeah.
This is the struggle of what Dino's going to come up with in the next 30 seconds.
You say that, Ben. It's kind of funny. One of my guys that I worked for a long time years ago, every time I would say, to be honest, and he'd look at me straight in the eye and go, so you're telling me you were lying every other time you were talking to me? And I'm like, God damn it. So anyways, all right, Z, let's go ahead and knock this out.
All right. I've got a couple goals, and then I've got some books I want to pick up. So first goal is just get back to enjoying comics a little bit. I think last year got me off track. I think last year just life got in the way. Just stuff. I wasn't enjoying the hobby. If you recall, about 2 years ago, I bought that massive collection, and I've been slowly selling it off. And even though I sold probably 75-80% of it, there's still just boxes of stuff that were making me lose my mind. Like, I'd come down to my area to go list stuff on eBay, and I'd just get overwhelmed. So even I don't know, about last week, 2 weeks ago, I sold a bunch of long boxes for about $20 a pop just to get them out of my life. I spent some time going through what was left and kind of organizing it, getting it ready, and just all the pickups I've done have been piles. So one goal is just kind of get back to organize and enjoying comics. I remember 3 years ago, I had a goal. I wanted to be at 6 short boxes of Raws and three slab boxes in my head. That fit in my closet. That was my goal. That's the collection I wanted. I want to get here. Lo and behold, about 6 weeks later, I buy 150 fucking short boxes.
You missed that mark by that much.
I don't regret it. I made a lot of money. I did very well on it. But like just the stress it put on it's not my wife doesn't care. She just doesn't come to the basement. But like just me coming down and walking into it, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
I want to get back to a realistic goal. Yeah, it's not 6 short boxes and 3 slab boxes, but just get back to the point where I enjoy what I have. Yeah. I don't want to look at all the stuff I don't care to have or think, man, I'm going to sell that, I'm going to flip it. No, I'm going to keep the stuff I like, get rid of the stuff I don't. If I under market sell, I don't care. So that's one. Get back to joy, get back to the stuff I like. As Robert knew, I love I love buying things I think are fun. I love buying things that I think have some value in the future. You know, I was on a big Golden Age kick. I'm not saying I'm going to stop buying Golden Age, but I'm going to slow down a bit. I don't think the market is undervalued where it was before. I mean, I made a lot of good deals a few years ago. Right now, I don't know if there's as many great deals to be buying in. So I'm probably going to focus a little less on Golden Age. I like the foreign market because there's just so much variety out there. There's not a lot of quantity as in volume of if you find a book you want, you better buy it because you may not see it again. If I see stuff I want, I'm going to buy it. I'm going to enjoy it and know that it's not going to be easy to find again. So buy a few more foreigns, enjoy what I find. The hunt of the find stuff, man. To get the stuff I enjoy, you can't go to a shop anymore and dig through the long box and find treasures like you used to. Yeah, a few scattered events.
Yeah, but Ben can. Ben can.
I was about to say that guy can.
Yeah. The rest of us can't. You know, I go to a shop now and I can't find a damn thing. So thanks, Key Collector, and all your shit. So but I don't hate on anybody. It just has made the world a little harder for the rest of us. So
well, I think it's burnout too, right, Z? I mean, we've kind of, I mean, us collectively, we're probably OG members theoretically, but it's like
we've been in this spec market for what 7-8 years.
Yeah, I mean, we've been a long time. I mean, when did we start? Like, me and you were in together, what, 2011, 2012 or something? Like,
we've seen a lot of stuff. And it's not that I don't enjoy it. It's so frustrating to go out there and be like, there's nothing I want.
Yeah.
So, it's not that there's not money to be made. It's not that there's not good stuff out there. And just kind of going to kick this conversation in is next week, our main topic is going to be state of comics, market situations. What do we think of the market in 2020 of comics?
Yep.
Nico is going to join us from Nico Time with some great interviews. He just had Steve Barak this week. He's had he's had Lords of the Long Box. He's had the ex-CEO of Valiant. He's had some good interviews, so he's going to come join us next week and talk about state of market. So check us out next week. Finally, I went back and actually looked at comics that I have had on my wish list from about 4 years ago, and I've accomplished a lot of my books I wanted. I had a Google Doc of probably 30 books, and I got most of them. There's a few I've decided I don't want anymore. I have not owned any. I've owned 2 of these books in the past, but not in the grade I want. These are the 5 that if I see them at the right price, I'm going to buy them. They not necessarily spec, just books I've wanted I haven't been able to get. Number 1 on the list, Exciting Comics 9. First Black Terror, classic Golden Age character. I've talked about before, I'm a pharmacist. He's a pharmacist in the Golden Age lore. It's always been a character that connected with me. I had an incomplete copy at one point and I sold it. I kind of regret it, but in my head, I wanted a complete one. So on lookout for that. Action Comics 33 was actually probably in the first 2 or 3 Golden Age books I owned, but it was split cover, split everything, like just falling apart book. Decided to sell it thinking I'd upgrade it. I've never gotten it again. I kind of think it is the poor man's Action 1 because if you look at it, it's a very similar kind of layout.
Yeah, he ruins the car. He ruins the car in the first one. Yeah,
so it's not the same, but it's got that vibe. It's a pretty cover. It's reasonably affordable. I would like to get another one. Batman 15, Gatling gun cover. Yep. I truthfully had this on my list almost every year. I have not found a copy I want. I was almost making a deal with Tony a couple years ago for a Wonder Woman Finch 9.8, and I probably should have done it. So
it's such a hard book to find too, man. I mean, it really is. Like,
yeah, that's one of my bigger regrets. I should have made that deal with Tony, but I almost felt like I shouldn't because it's a bad deal for him.
Yeah.
Another one on my list a long time, Captain Marvel is actually the first character I got into the Golden Age on. This cover has always fascinated me. This Captain Marvel Adventures #4 was, him saying Shazam, black background, just really strong imagery, great colors. I think the issue is I never buy it because I always struggle on what grade point do I want to be in. Do I want the prettiest copy? Do I want the cheapest copy? I don't know. These are books I just want. And the last one's a bonus one. I'd really like a Graphic Fantasy #1, First Savage Dragon. It's a ghost of a book. Anytime it comes up, it gets a lot of bidders. But it's that kind of Copper Age book that I've not owned. I'd like to get it.
I almost consider that. I know it's not in this realm, but for me, I almost consider it in the same realm as the Tales from the Lantern, the Thorn Tales from the Lantern.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's so rare and it's that self-published craziness.
Yeah, 500 copies is somewhere in that realm. I think there's 200 autograph and 300 not, or 300 autograph and 200 not. It's a tough book. It's a ghost. I've only seen maybe a half dozen come up for sale, and the whole time I've been in.
Yeah.
There's other books. If the right one came across it, buy it. Do I want an AF-15? Yes. Do I want a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1? Yes. These are the ones I'm kind of still looking for. Those other ones are if the right copy hits, sure. Can I afford them at the time? Probably not. Hey, welcome, DS. Haven't seen you in a long time, my friend.
Yeah, those are beautiful books, Z. I love the Golden Age, but that Graphic Fantasy is another just great book that I'm not surprised that it's on your list. It's a sweet book that I've kind of had in my thought category for a long time. So,
like I said, I just kind of looked back 5 years and said, 5 years ago, what did I want and I haven't got? These are them.
Yeah. Very cool. I'll go next. I don't have any graphics or anything, but for collecting goals, I think I'm gonna do less collecting. And kind of like Z was saying, I'm going to do my best to get a chunk of what I own that I consider PC. I'm going to try and get rid of it. Hopefully, dwindle it down, like Z is saying, till stuff that you just a short group of stuff that you just really like, you really enjoy. I know that's something that's super hard for a lot of us to do, to dwindle down your PC, but I'm going to do my best of that and sell a lot of books that I didn't think I would sell in the past, whether out of necessity or just like Z was saying, just to clear out and create room for new stuff. But
so when do you run into that situation where you go through your box and you just go through the covers and you just like, I'll sell this, and I'm like, no, wait, I really like this cover. Do I really want to get rid of it? And
I
keep flipping and flipping.
And I pulled out a bunch of stuff, and then I go to list it, and I go, never mind, let's go back in the other box.
Yeah. That's the other thing. When you're looking through some of that PC stuff and you can't sell it for as much as you think that you might be able to sell it for, and then you go, if I'm not going to get that much for it, I'm just going to keep it, that type of thing. The other thing that's going to be hard for me is just listing stuff. I have so much stuff that I have to list. I know the guys have been giving me shit for a while about it, and hopefully this year will be the year that I get rid of that extra room just full of inventory. But for collecting things that I want to collect, so those are kind of my selling goals. I really want to sell a lot of that PC stuff, but also real quick on selling goals, I want to get more into selling of the cards. I want to get more into selling the action figures. I want to get more into selling the video games. I want to find those little niche markets that people maybe know about but aren't really picking or pulling from yet.
Should we
maybe
get back to the flip side when we started?
Yeah, I think so, but I think that we've kind of become less sellers and more collectors. Does that sound right?
I've moved into, in my head, collecting, but more investing, like stuff I feel passionate's going to give me some returns down the line.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm tired of the flipping, picking it up and hoping in 2 weeks it's worth some money. I'd rather just buy something and think, I am real confident in 5 years I'll be happy with what I did.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Like a lot of the stuff that we probably have put in our PC collection within the last couple of years, we've also probably said, oh, that will also be something that I could sell, that I could, I guess that word liquid, that we can get rid of it quick, and it holds value. So hopefully that's the case. For collecting stuff, and this is going to piss off the guys too, but man, I got to really get back into my goal of getting that Gretzky rookie. So
I'm not going to piss you off. Get the damn Gretzky.
Yeah.
If it makes you happy, get it.
Yeah, I'm going to work my ass off to get it. But here's the problem, and we've talked about this a lot lately, and that's that whole trimming scandal that's going on, that's kind of rocking the card world. And what really worries me about that is, like, I'm definitely not going to buy a raw Gretzky rookie with all the counterfeits that are out there. But man, with this trimming scandal that's going on, it's kind of scary to think about some of those cards, that are in those holders could be, cards that they trimmed, or cards that I've even seen that people are doing this thing where they're building up material on cards to take it off to, like some of the OPG rookies, to give it that frayed look.
I don't understand how in the world they can't detect that. I don't see how that's possible to not detect that.
Man, I thought so too. I remember when you first brought up the whole trimming thing, Ben, a while back, a year or so back, when it kind of first started hitting. You talked about it a little bit, and I remember saying that I think it's a bunch of phooey, and PSA and Beckett Grading Services are really good at what they do. But I got to be honest, these threads on Blowout Cards forum are really damning. They are absolutely damning. It's scary. And I mean, the FBI, they're talking about the FBI getting involved and going after some of these third-party graders as knowing participants in fraud. And if that's the case, that's super scary. Some of the cards that they talk about that are, being trimmed at a crazy rate make you realize that the majority of those cards that are have been graded in the last couple of years, the majority of them are trimmed cards. So it's really scary, and I'm going to really do some homework on it. And part of doing that, I'm also going to try and kind of become part of the community in that community, so I can have people I can say, hey, steer me in the right direction. Where's a card that can you guys say that this, you have a good thought and know-how that this card is not trimmed. So that's kind of a big plan. And also I just want to kind of have more fun in the card world. I know that we've kind of been going crazy about it, but I want to have more fun doing the card stuff at the same time as getting back into some of the comic stuff. I'm going to do, I was talking about with the guys earlier, I'm going to try and be better about maybe going and hitting more local shops and maybe trying to find a new honey hole. They've been impossible lately to find. And Z has been, even Z said it's kind of hard to go out there with everybody having Key Collector on their phone, or, getting, basically what kind of the monster that was started. And I don't think it's a bad thing, but it's going to be interesting to see how hard it is to find one of those honey holes if I don't go, east of the Mississippi. So
I'll go next. So this is maybe a little. I wrote a list on this card.
Here in the last 3 minutes.
Your
Pretty
notes.
much. The number one will be kind of crazy. I got like 8 items. I was trying to do top 10, but so I'm gonna buy singles, I think, and I'm gonna go baseball cards, and I'm gonna go autographs. So
Like
number
autograph
10,
rookies or just autograph?
just autograph players, I think. Now, I'm not saying 1-of-1s on everything, but I mean decent cards or something that looks cool. Mariano Rivera auto, so that'd be kind of cool to have. I don't have one of those yet.
Hold it. So I guess what I'm asking is, I mean, you're talking about the autographs that come in the packs, or ones that people go and get autographed and then slab and certified?
Comes in a pack.
Comes in a pack. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not trying to pull every one of them. Obviously, I'm gonna try to just buy them off eBay or something of that nature. I want to kind of get them slabbed, have them slabbed, but we'll see. So that's the last one. Bo Jackson auto, because Bo Jackson's Bo Jackson. That'd be kind of dope.
I wouldn't argue with that.
Yeah, right. Ken Griffey Jr. auto. I got a question mark on this one. I kind of want to get a Trout auto, but I'm kind of on the fence about it. I don't know. It's gonna be, that one might be expensive.
Hey, 10 years from now, he may be the greatest player of all time.
Yeah. Nolan Ryan auto would be cool to have. I'm gonna go with so this is 3, 2, and 1, and 1's kind of crazy, but 3 is Nick Senzel stuff just in general. I bought that 1-of-1, so I kind of did it. I got some autos from Nick Senzel, but anything that I see that's cool with Nick Senzel, I'll try to grab. 2 is a Derek Jeter auto. So I think I'm not saying it needs to be the gold, is it 92, is it Pinnacle? 92, 93 Pinnacle gold one or whatever it is.
93 SP.
Yeah, SP. I'm not trying to get that, but Derek Jeter has one of the best autographs in the game. So it's one of those things that have a nice happening in your collection. And then I put 52 Mantle on here, but that's kind of ridiculous. So I might go 53 Bowman Mantle.
The 53 Bowman is a sweet looking card.
I mean, and I can get a 2-0 for like 1,000 roughly. I mean, roughly maybe 1,000. I think because 52 Mantle's like AF15, something like really crazy out there. Like, I mean, that's the one that if you hit a lottery, you get a 52 Mantle, but 53 Mantle's more in the, if I got some money, some scratch lying around, I can buy one, right? I mean,
yeah, I think
there is no free money.
I know,
There's
right?
no free money.
Controllers and shit, get one.
Hey, you guys don't see, I still got some comics in that back room, man. I've been stashing them away for a rainy day.
I still talk about, I didn't talk cards, but I still think about Nolan Ryan rookie.
Yeah, I mean
that one just it hits me. I kind of want one.
Oh, see, look at that. Joe's has two Mantles, 52.
Yeah, his local shop, which Joe surprised us with these pictures from.
It's crazy.
One of the greatest card shops that's out there. For those of you guys that don't know, Mickey Mantle, I believe, is from Moore, Oklahoma. The Oklahoma Kid, I think they called him or something like that. And he has the shop out there that is just every Mantle card you can think of.
Yep.
Well, it wasn't even just the Mantle collection. I mean, he had Trout auto 9/8. I mean, 10s, and I mean, just ridiculous. I mean, I think that we hit a SP Jeter back at 9.5.
Yep.
I mean, you just don't. Those are cards you just don't see.
No, yeah, it was amazing. A couple of 10 PSA 10 Jordan rookies. Unbelievable.
Yeah, those are a dime a dozen.
Yeah. I wouldn't doubt it in there if he had a McDavid rookie in there, like a Young Guns McDavid in there. I mean, he has a bunch of cool stuff in there. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, 53 Mantles probably my like Dollar Ben Fodder said, 52 Mantles like 48, FF 48, and 53 Mantles 49. But still, I mean, I'm thinking risk versus reward, and I'm thinking how much money do you really want to throw on a Mantle? I mean, You know, if I really wanted
If
a
you want it,
52
buy it,
manual,
man.
well, yeah, if you wanted a 52 manual, I'd buy a reprint. I mean, I wouldn't care. I mean,
As long as you have it, right?
yeah, I mean,
52 manual is AF-15. Everybody
Yeah.
fucking wants one.
It's not going down.
no, I know,
Ever.
but it's like the price to buy in is just so ridiculous. I mean,
It
right,
is.
right. What's
That's the same question with the AF-15. Is it on a plateau or is it on up? Where are you at?
but
You
what's
want to
the
buy high? You want to buy as it's
but let's talk comparisons because okay, what's a 2.0 bin in a manual 52 roughly?
I don't know. Let me look real quick. I'll
19 grand probably.
Yeah, I'll give you.
And then let's look at what's a 2.0 in an AF-15. I don't have
12 to 14.
yeah, I mean,
Gut price. I haven't looked in a minute.
The crazy thing about the manual is you're buying it as an investment mostly. And the
Right.
question that I'd like to ask is, what's a better investment right now? A manual, an older manual card like that, you know, first couple years, or a Trout rookie high graded Trout rookie?
I mean, I will say the one bad thing about the 52 manual is it was double printed. So there's a lot of them out there. It's not rare. PSA the SMR only goes down to 5s, and it's like 42 grand for a 5. So
And a 2.0 Amazing Fantasy sold December 15th for $13,700.
I feel like I'm pretty good on my number then.
no, look at you.
yes, I don't know what a PSA 2 would go for. My guess is probably 20 grand.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't check eBay or anything like that, but
I mean, 52 manuals probably in everybody's card collection, like an AF-15, like goals wise. But I mean, I wouldn't be mad with a 53 man. I'd rep that out. I mean, like you said, it's a good looking card too. I mean,
Well, the 53 manuals, what, the ASM one?
53 Bowman color is
huge.
I would say the 53 Bowman color set is the greatest, is my favorite set of all time. It's just a classic set. So
Is that the set with the famous Pee Wee Reese card?
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite all time cards.
Yeah, it's just a great set.
I got a hit on that break, baby. I don't even know who it was, but I got a hit. Nice.
Right, or you can buy this Amazing Fantasy back cover for $140.
Really?
It was a back cover for $139.99.
Wow.
Just the back cover, no Spider-Man whatsoever, just the back cover.
You know what's funny, boys? When you talk about AF-15s, so I got back into the game, and like 6 months of getting back into the game, I held an AF-15 in my hands, a raw AF-15 in my hands, and I was seriously like negotiating with this dude, and he didn't want to sell it.
I regret not buying that fucking AF-15 from Nebo, and he put it up for Raz, and I should have just bought the damn thing out.
Yep.
I thought he wanted a crazy price, and like 2 months later, I'm like, well, that was a real good price. And 2 months later, I was like, that was a great price. And 2 months later, it's like, fuck.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing too is like I regret that Batman book, that Joker page.
Oh, that's a beautiful page, and I regret not telling you buy it.
Yeah, I mean, we were on the horse about it, and it's like, can you resell it? It's finicky now. I bet you that I could name my price on that cover probably, or on that page.
No less than 2K
easily, and it was what, 350?
Yep. I don't talk about it. I don't want to talk about Dino.
That's okay. I'm not worried. I mean, I got books.
One of your biggest regrets is one of my biggest regrets, and I wasn't even gonna buy the damn thing.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that's like when Trey put that Incredible Hulk 181 up, and somebody snagged it 3 seconds before I was gonna hit the button for 550.
Yeah.
It was like a 6.0 or 7.0 or something. I don't know. It was a crazy price. You wanted like $300 for it back in the day. But that's my list. I mean, comic wise, I don't know, boys. I mean, comic wise, it's hard. Like see, you've seen what I've had, and everybody's seen what I had through the years. I mean, I'm not that guy who goes to cons and said, yeah, I had every book known to man, but I had like Aquaman ones. I mean, I've had big boy books that Z bought for me. I mean, I've had big boy books too, and it's just like, I mean, I enjoy the the chase more than anything. Like going to a thing and getting it, like that Skeletor. I've had cool books that just I don't know.
I get you. I can let a book go and usually not regret it. There's a few I regret.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm like, I had one. I'm good.
Yeah, I can say for our, I guess we should have really done this on the end of the year show, but if comics stop for me tomorrow, I got a good run in. I made a lot of money and I had a good run in it. I mean, I'm not worried.
There's books I want. There's books I haven't owned. I've not owned an AF-15.
Yeah.
And if I did, I would have a really hard fucking time selling it. There's other books I've owned and I've had them for, my brother gets so pissed off. I've had them for 2 years and I'm like, I'm going to sell it, get something else. He's like, why? I've had it. I want something else.
Yeah.
You can't trade in your wife, but you can trade in your comics.
That's true. Well, you can trade in your wife. It just costs you more than comics, probably.
It costs you half your life.
It's cheaper to keep her.
Yeah.
If Tiffany's watching, I'm sorry.
I can. I'll give her the house. Just let me keep the comics, right? No. So. No, I think it's okay. I mean, that's kind of my list. That's kind of my thing. I mean, I was showing. I'm kind of getting back into comics. I kind of showed Z that Shadows comic with the tarantula on it. I mean, if I see something cool, I'll buy it. But I mean, I'm just I think everything's like you said, Z. Everything's a little too high right now. I think comics might come down in a year.
I think a lot of things. I still think there's some stuff, but you got to be smart.
Yeah. Oh, see, Joe, buy Joe's. Joe has an AF-15 for sale.
He does.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, but for books I actually want to try to get this year.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, none of them are foreigns. But
what?
I really want a She-Hulk #1, the 1 in 100, Saya Ohm.
Yep.
I really want one of those.
Yep.
Yeah, the yellow cover.
We sold ours on it. We sold ours in the very beginning of F5. That's how we bankrolled half our fucking company. And we were like, whatever. And we could never find another one.
That book's one that just as secretly just keeps going.
Yep.
Yeah. And another one was the X-23 #1 Del Auto. I have the Unknown Comics Virgin one. And I sold one and I said, I'm going to start saving up for one, and never did. And I ended up spending on something else. And I do want an FF5. I found one for like a 4.0, but when I went to the store to get it, somebody snagged it already. So I was kind of salty about that. That would have been my end of the year pickup.
That's on my list too. I was looking at FF5s. I tried to buy Ozzy's and Indy a couple years back, and he told me he wasn't going to sell it, and I hate him forever for it.
He wasn't going to sell it.
Yeah, he got a beautiful grade on it though.
Oh yeah, he did.
And my last one is I actually want a graded video game. I'm with Ben S on that one.
Nice. Anything in particular?
Honestly, I actually wanted that. Remember the old Nintendo game, the Wolverine, with the old NES game. I saw some at a yard sale where the dude bought the whole crate, and I was just salty. He bought the whole crate for like $20, and I was like, oh.
Is that the one with the Jim Lee art on it?
Yes, when he's like kind of like sitting with the
and I said, kind of
Any of those games I played in Warp when I was a kid, I probably want to get one of those graded, like Darkwing Duck or one of those.
That'd be dope.
Or even Crash Bandicoot, or I heard even Donkey Kong Country's getting a few dollars too graded. So
that's funny, as I was real confused about the whole graded thing, and I still have not sold on it, the graded games. But then my kids, as they play more modern games, they start getting a little interested in the retro. I don't know if they're going to shell out money for the originals, but there's a little more nostalgia for that than there is even for comics or sports.
I mean, yeah, because you're spending countless hours in front of a TV punching the buttons, and us as kids, we thought, I'm not saving this. I'm gonna crack it open, we'll play it, beat it, and then get the next one.
Well, and the thing too on the actual boxes, man, it was so hard to get them back in and out. That's why they ripped like the flaps.
Yeah.
Just ripped, just ripping the flaps because you couldn't get the game out. Especially remember the old Genesis ones, not the plastic ones, but the red ones. They came inside and stuff. Yeah, it would just rip off because you couldn't get them back in and then try to get them out. It was terrible.
you know. And I thought, like, even with those old NES games, like, you know, watching Pawn Stars, they had the that one that hit the mark. That when the guy came in, there was an original box with the Nintendo seal on it.
Yep.
And I was like, I remember cracking one of those open. I never thought about keeping it.
Nope.
Like,
I knew a guy. He used to buy two. He would keep one, and he would play one. But I mean, back in the day, I mean, what was it, Rob? $20 for a game or something back in the day? $20 was a lot of money, man. $20-$30 for a new
us,
game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Saving up lawnmowers and you know, fixing lawnmowers to keep mowing to get games. I mean, my mother's deal with me was that once I play a game, I have to beat it before I get a new one.
Oh,
so it was almost like, man, Mario. I ran through those like.
good luck on Battletoads.
I just remember getting them at Christmas time, and I'd stay up all night long.
You know what? I'm gonna just go past all of it and just grade a cheat code. You know, the Game Shark. Remember those? Just grade that. So
I got
that
the
will
game
literally
in the back still. It's in the box and everything.
I got one for you guys real quick. What's the cheat code for Metroid?
Ooh. Oh man.
I thought you say Contra.
Oh, no, we all know that one.
DeVoe would probably know, right?
Yeah,
Metroid was a really good cheat code. I remember Metroid was one of the toughest games when that game first came out. I remember that game was so hard. My mom called me from work one day. My mom worked as like a nurse's secretary, and she calls me. She's like, "Brian, yeah, my coworker just told me I can give you a code that might help you in one of your video games." I'm like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Type in Justin Bailey on Metroid, and it'll help you in your video game." So I typed it in, and you know what it did? It turned Metroid into a girl. It turned it into the Samus, you know. And you didn't realize that until you beat the game. So it ruined the game for me, but it did make the game a lot easier because then she could do all the special moves and stuff. But
I forgot about that one.
Justin Bailey, yep.
You know, just watch Ready Player One, and you just literally said, like, I remember playing that. I don't remember it being that hard.
Yeah.
I mean, Ready Player One's one of my favorite books I've read in a decade, just because it was so much nostalgia.
Well, and the thing too is like people don't realize, like kids nowadays, you know, playing Call of Duty and stuff, or like, you know, like all these like 1 versus 50 games or like independent games. Like Nintendo games were notoriously hard. Like it's not even just Battletoads. You had Karate Kid was a hard one. I mean,
Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles was tough. I mean, Castlevania was tough. I mean, there's a bunch of tough games. Contra was tough. I mean, it's, you know. And it's not like it's frustrating tough. Like Dark Souls does have nothing on Battletoads. I mean,
I guess my kids were watching freaking Pixels with Adam Sandler, and I remember watching a scene where he's like, "What's the pattern on this game?" As he's playing Call of Duty. I mean, pattern. I'm just playing against guys. He's like, "Well, how do you beat it next time? You don't know the pattern."
Yep.
Who needs pattern? We needed patterns. That's all we did. Lots of patterns.
I loved Earthworm Jim, for the record, Chad. Thank you.
Yep. That was funny. It's like I can't wait for the kid to start growing up, you know, and it's gonna be like playing video games and stuff. And I still have some of my, I don't know, I think I sold my Nintendos and stuff. Maybe I'll have to buy a couple, or I'll just get an emulator at that time probably and just have them play all the old school games.
Another one that's tough is Ghouls and Ghosts. You remember Ghouls and Ghosts?
Or Ghosts and Goblins, like Jad said. That's tough.
Yeah. Rygar, holy cow, Rygar.
Ghosts and Goblins was tough because once you beat it, you had to beat it again, and like you couldn't get touched. Like
I played that at a arcade bar not too long ago, and yeah, that's a beast.
Dude, my cousin beat Ghosts and Goblins like 6 months ago. He's like, once you learn the pattern, it's fine. But I mean,
one of the things that you were talking about, Dino, is the Derek Jeter auto, and yep. I know I've brought these up on the show, but these are getting ready to
open the cards.
What's that?
Just pulled one.
No, close. But these are going up for sale here soon.
Oh dang! I might have to buy one from you. Get that Mel V Love price.
Where'd you get those? From spring training?
Yeah, no. So he was part of the second season of the Arizona Fall League. I had probably 40 autos of Jeter. I had multiple of the 93 SP. You name it. a Jeter card at the time. This was 95, I think. And if you could think of a Jeter at the time, I had it autographed. And we used to just put cards on photos with photo slips on notebook paper and just flip the notebook paper. There'd be 8 cards on each page, and they would just sign them. And I gave a bunch of the Jeters away to Yankee fans who are friends of mine, when he got really big. I sold a couple of them. None of them were PSA 10 stuff, but we would go and buy those Jeter SP cards for a couple bucks a piece because they weren't hot yet. And we were just trying to buy anybody that was on a roster. So, I probably had like 300-400 autographed cards from Arizona Fall League, first, second, third, and half of the fourth year. So the first year was Mike Piazza, and I remember he was the big name. And then the second year it was Derek Jeter, Charles Johnson, Johnny Damon, Cliff Floyd.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So
Cliff Floyd.
Yeah. But anyway, so the Jeter stuff will be going up soon.
So I got a card question, right?
Let's
It
hear
was a shop. It was a shop right around the corner from me. I live in Laurel, and it's a card shop. They had a shot at Floyd Mayweather, and they had 3 of his rookie cards, like for $200, but his signature was $375. But I said, it's Floyd Mayweather though. I'm thinking like, man, that's a tough pill.
Card, sweet card though, man. That rookie card where he's really young, and I think it's what do they call it? Like the Rabbits boxing cards or something like that. Anyways, that Mayweather card is a sweet card if you can find it.
Yeah, and I was just like, I can't fade that signature $375. And I was like, it's Floyd Mayweather though. How often does he do that without putting up high dollars anyway? So it almost seems worth it. Yeah.
Here's one that's listed. I don't know if it's the same one as 97 Browns boxing. It's like it's orange around the border or whatever.
Yeah.
It's autographed. It's a PSA 9. It's $7,500.
Wow.
Listed for $7,500.
Get your butt back to Robert. Take it up.
Yeah. It sounds almost a steal.
Yeah. You know what's funny? We talk about sports cards like baseball cards. The boxing cards has some really cool cards. They really do. I mean, and especially like not even like Brown style, but back in like the 40s and 50s, they had boxing cards back in the day, and they had sailor cards and all this like other profession cards. Yeah, they were dope, man. They were like, if you get cool ones, they had guys with mustaches and their dukes up and stuff. I mean,
I mean, even in my surfing with foreign comics, I come across a couple of foreign wrestling cards.
Yeah,
like they have the packs. Andy on foreign comics, he has a bunch of those listed on eBay now, but he have them for like $300. It's like 12 cards in a pack or something.
Are they the original ones that you had to send in for in the magazine to get?
I'm not sure, but he has them listed on eBay. But he has like 3 or 4 listings of them, and one of them has Andre the Giant in it. I do remember that.
Wow.
But if any of you guys want it, I could kind of shoot him a message and pull it off and give you a better price on eBay.
Yeah.
That one's probably pretty tough because he's obviously French, so like trying to get those cards over there. I mean, it's probably a hard. I wouldn't. It's probably hard to find. It really is. I mean,
he started out in Japan wrestling, right?
Yeah, all did back then.
Like he had that. He had I think he had Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I remember seeing that one, and then he had Jake the Snake. And who else? He had a foreign magazine too with Hulk Hogan on the front, but it had like the Japanese characters across the top.
Yeah,
and he had that one for like $45 or something like that on eBay.
That's what Hogan did. So before Hogan became Hogan, he actually started over in Japan, and that's where he kind of got his Hulk Hogan kind of gimmick. And then Vince McMahon kind of brought him over to the United States, and then that's where he kind of perfected that. Because he was a heel over in Japan because he was just like your big American guy. So
yeah,
a little wrestling talk. I like this. I can do this. So. Boogie. Jesus, funny.
Ben, you talked about your the video game. Was that it?
I know I haven't actually said anything, but
Okay.
no, I'm still probably going to do that, just because I think there's money to be made. I'm trying to. I've never actually had any goals. I just kind of randomly do stuff.
They just kind of fall in your lap.
Yeah. I just ran like, I'm just going to do this today. But
A Sandman 75-second print just falls out of the ether right into his lap.
Yeah, the rest of us
I
have
forgot about that one.
the rest of us have a fucking plan because we don't have luck.
Did you hear back on your shorts yet?
Huh?
Did you hear back on your shorts yet?
No. So I don't. Did I mention that on this show?
I don't. If you don't want to talk about it yet.
No, I mean I can. It's fine. So back in the mid '90s, when Michael Jordan retired the first time, when he took his hiatus, we were kind of all thinking that he was pretty much done. Then, just because we were like, he may come back, but he's going to be old and he's not really going to be that great or anything.
Yeah.
So I decided way back then. So that was what, 94.
Yeah, 94, 95 season.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
In that hiatus period, I went ahead and bought. I was at a card show in Chicago, and went ahead and bought a Jordan authentic jersey and shorts that were autographed by Jordan. Now, back in the '90s, this was before Upper Deck Authenticated was there. That they kind of just started doing some kind of authenticated stuff, but Jordan was not exclusively signed with Upper Deck at that point.
Yep.
But there was also a lot of fakes out there. I did buy it from a reputable dealer in Chicago, but ever since then, I basically had the jersey and shorts kind of just stuck in a box for about the last 25 years. So about the last 20 years or so. I finally decided or a couple weeks ago, or back at around Christmas time, Beckett was offering a half off authentication. So 50% off. So it normally costs you $100 for Jordan to get authenticated. So I went ahead and sent both the jersey and the shorts. I should probably find out. My guess is probably in a week or so.
Nice.
If they're real, it's great. If they're not, I guess I'll just start wearing my authentic jersey around to the pickup games and stuff. I guess. It is what it is. I mean, it's.
You know what I have that I should go grab it because it's in the other room right over here. I have I won back in elementary school. One of my teachers was friends with Sean Van Horst, who's like a nobody now, but he was a defensive back for the Lions at the time. And he got a whole T-shirt signed with every player on the roster, and Barry Sanders was on that autograph. So it was like that was like the Scott Mitchell, Bernie Sanders, Johnny Morton, Herman Moore year. I mean, it was like that year. Robert
Bernie Sanders,
Luther Ellis. I mean,
yeah, Bernie Sanders.
Barry Sanders. So everybody was on that. So
that would be unique.
Yeah.
very, very unique.
I don't know. I don't know if Wayne Font signed it. I think just the players signed it.
Herman Moore was my brother played Pop Warner football with Herman Moore's. No, I played Pop Warner football with Herman Moore's nephews, and my brother played football with Strahan's nephews.
Andre Rison was out here. His kid was playing football out here. I didn't play with him, but he was around the.
I remember Herman Moore. That guy was one of those early prototypical super tall wide receivers, man. That dude was a beast. But.
Yeah. So anyway, if it comes back authentic, great. If it doesn't, then if it does, I'll probably sell it. Because what I would like to do is actually try and actually start selling some things.
Ooh.
I would like to. There are a few things that either I'm going to do one of two things. I'm going to sell off a ton of stuff and take the money and just invest in an idea, a collectible idea, or just buy a couple big dollar things that I've just always wanted, or so in comics I've always wanted a high grade Batman 227, like 96, 98. So they're basically impossible to get, and the next 98 that comes up is going to obliterate the last 98 that sold. But I want one of those.
I still regret not buying that 9.4 in Baltimore 2 years ago.
Yeah, the nosebleed on those I just think those are massive investments. And sports card wise, I've always had a love for the 1933 Gaudy Sport Kings set, which for people that don't know, it's about a 35, 40 card set, something like that. And it had not just baseball players, but it had like the top football players, basketball players, track,
right?
track, boxing. I think there was a horse on there. I mean, in the set. I mean, there's some bizarre cards, but
it's like an Ellen Ginter of old school cards.
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic looking set. But I've basically been a big golf fan since I was in like 8th grade. And so I really want a mid to high grade Bobby Jones out of that set, which probably a PSA 5 will probably run me $1,500 or so.
That's not terrible. I thought
That's like you're trying to buy a golf card though. Slow down.
Yeah, I mean, high grades are going to be tens of thousands because they just don't really come up for.
I'm just saying golf in general is a little bit of a down trend.
It kind of is, but it kind of is for people playing it. There's been a lot of golf course closings, just because it's expensive.
It takes a long time to play.
But it's just something that I've always wanted. So I would like to get. There's a Babe Ruth in that Gaudy Sport Kings as well. I'm not going to go for the Babe Ruth or anything like that, but I do want that Bobby Jones.
Yeah, that Babe Ruth is one of the ones that one of the guys on Blowout showed. Like, the guy did a trim job on, and that's what I'm talking about. There's guys that are supposedly trimming cards like that.
Yeah. But like I said, I think in some ways I want to do that just to have something for myself. When I got back into, and I may have told this story before, when I got back into comics, I think it was issue 21 of Batman, the New 52. So I started buying back in then. So whatever year that was like what, 2012 or so.
12 to 13.
Yeah, 12 to 13, something like that. I like right after that, I got into a car accident, and being an insurance guy, I knew how much I could get out of that for the injury and stuff. So I was able to get a few $1,000s out of that, and I basically gave anything over $2,000 to my wife for whatever she wanted to do with it. And then I said, I'm going to take this $2,000. I'm going to use this only for comics, and I'm never going to tap into our personal money. And so I've taken that $2,000. I've never I've basically just kind of recycled that $2,000 over the past 5 or 6 years. And I'm just going to kind of cash it out at this point. Probably keep just a few of the really hard to find books, but then take the rest of it. And like I said, there's a few things that I would consider, I would like to do. I would love to have my own variant, like my own store variant, because there's a way that I would want to do it that it would be completely different than anything else that's been out there. So, yeah, so I would basically just, I would like to kind of change the game on that. But it would take a big investment to do that. So, that I would have to sell off quite a bit to
get that. 2,000. I know you've done very well.
Yeah, I mean, I have. I can't. No,
You did very well.
oh yeah, I know. I can't complain. I mean, I started
My
this
dollar
with.
bins look nothing like yours. My dollar bins, nothing like yours.
I was going through like some variant boxes the other day, and I'm like, oh gosh, I probably should do something with this. I mean, I even just randomly thinking. I mean, just things that are just sitting in boxes that I don't look at. I don't have time to look at.
I showed Ohio. I should have just bought you out and probably not talked about it.
You could buy. Hey, if you want to buy me out now, you can just buy me out and have fun listening to them.
And the funny part is Ben's such a nice guy. I'm sure he'll even give you an even better deal.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, and I hope that I guess that was my hope is my hope is that some of the things that I have sold off that I have found really good deals on. I hope that I've given somebody else a really good deal on it to where they
kept it and
they've kept it. They've been happy with it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to just be, you know,
I don't want
to be greedy at all. So
out of all of those books, what's one book that you would keep? Like you just said, like no matter what, I'm keeping this one.
Your Superior Spider-Man, the Campbell one?
No, I do still have one of those left. But no, it would have to be a book that I just know that I could not replace, that just never ever comes up for sale. So it would be like that Elephant Man.
Elephant Man, that's what I was going to say.
Campbell, the variant that is basically just non-existent. I think I would keep that just because I'll never be able to find that again. There's a few other ones that I know that are just I'm having like weird thoughts about, like a couple of these that I've like that Heir to the Empire, that newsstand that I just got back, that 9.8. I'm struggling whether to ever get rid of that.
At least hold it for a while.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about holding it because I just don't know. I don't think I can replace it.
I don't think it's getting older, my friend.
I took the Spawn black and white.
But you shouldn't.
Yeah, so I probably those kind of variants that are just ridiculously hard, I'll probably just keep just because I can't replace them. But I think
I struggle with the variant question, man. I struggle a lot. I mean, there's a lot of times I go through it and I'm like, I'm selling them all.
Yeah,
you know, that kind of segues into, like I shared with you the other day, Ben, the foreign variant of that with Thrawn's on the back.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. When you said that, I was like, how did you even know that?
It's on the back. You flip it over.
That was so cool. I was like, oh man, that's a
Wait, what was that? Can you explain that, Robert?
Yeah, it's an Italian book, the same second print cover that he was talking about with the. Yeah, but on the backside, instead of Thrawn kind of like looking up, he has a saber out kind of like over his shoulder, and he's looking like kind of to the right, like he's getting ready to like cut somebody with it. So it's like the artwork changed on the back and everything. So it's like that would be a cool display to have that, and then flip it over. You have Thrawn with the lightsaber out. So I shared that in our group chat. So
now you gotta find two of them.
Yeah, it's three of them listed right now.
Well, shoot me the link. I'm gonna buy them all.
All right, cool. So yeah, kind of, but that's kind of what I fell into when it came to, like, between the modern stuff and, getting burned out trying to buy books every week. And then next thing you know, here it is, Matt Roybell hops on the podcast and shows something that, like you said, Ben, is some things you just don't see again. It's like, if you don't buy it now, you probably won't see it again. And it's every day I'm getting a hit from either Matt or Sky Yacht or any of those guys that post a book, and it's just like, wow, I like that. Yeah, like, seeing a Fing Fang Foom in Mexico. And they said that, Matt, I shared it with Matt and John, and they said, that does not come up as often. So it's just that it's never ending.
Foom doesn't come up, for the love of God.
Right, but that was like a 2.0 or something. So it's like the cover's attached, it looks good, and the guy only wants, like, I think $250 for it. But I said, in the US, how much is that book? Like, what, almost $1,200 or something like that in that grade?
It's one of those things. You gotta just make your choices. Yeah. Are you happy about the book you bought? Is it something that resonates with you?
Yeah.
Or is it something you think will resonate with a lot of people very soon?
Well, you guys are collecting something that is very rare. I mean, some of these foreign variants that you guys are collecting or buying that I'm seeing.
Start showing some of Robert's books, I think.
What's that?
Start showing some of Robert's books.
Yeah, definitely. That's exactly what I was saying. I mean, some of these are just absolutely beautiful. Let's go ahead and start with some of these cat books. You want to go ahead and take over?
I'm gonna start with a different one. I'm gonna start with the other end because Ben brought it up. This book is a fucking beast to me.
Now on the census, it's only 2 7.0s, and that's one of them.
And that's yours.
And that's mine. And then someone else has the other. But there's another. I think it's a 6.5 that's signed, and I think that's the one that Steve Bagley on Foreign Comics. He said he got one signed by him. So
if it's signed, it's either Bagley's or Tim. It's one of those.
I think it's one of those two guys. I know, but all 3 of them are accounted for so far. So that's one of them.
There's a Batman. For those not listening or listening and not watching, which I don't know who the fuck does that anymore, but a Batman 227 Brazilian Ebao. I showed one that I picked up the other day, which was probably a 2.5 to a 3. This is one of the few that I think compete with the original. Just the coloring, the whatever, but to get a Brazilian edition,
and that's real. That's not counterfeit.
No, it is.
I did my research on that.
Are there a lot of counterfeits of these type of books?
In Brazil, yes, they do facsimils, and that's because just from talking to a couple of guys that live in Brazil, they do a lot of the reprints, kind of like how they do here with, New Mutants 98 or coming out with the new X-Men 266 and X-Men 1s, but they do the same thing in Brazil, but they'll use that same print paper and kind of just give it new staples. So checking the staples, making sure the paper is has that wear to it from the age, and making sure that, sometimes the staples are removed in some of these books too because of the humidity. But, it's like I said, when you check it, you just got to make sure you get plenty of pictures, because otherwise you'll just get sold a counterfeit.
This is Global Comic Safari, which is the new foreign edition that Matt and I are doing. This is our next set we're going to talk about. And this is not even the most counterfeited version of this cover.
No. It's the Lebanese one. That's the one that's kind of the topic of discussion.
Yeah, we're gonna chit chat and get in depth on some of this. So, as Matt agrees, as Ben talks about, this cover is just one of the best. I mean, because none of us can afford a Tech fucking 31.
No,
this is as close as we get. It is just fucking beautiful. So,
did you grade that one yourself, Robert?
Yes, and they actually, just because they had the information already, so I didn't really have to do any notes for this one. But but that one, I was pretty happy with that one.
Ben, were you the one that got the Batman 400 from him?
Yes.
Yep.
That's fucking book you should grade. Cause
I know. I've got to sit right here but I got to send it in with.
I'm not a smack 10% in it to you, honestly, because it's fucking beautiful.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I love it.
Yeah. Even like I showed Matt Roybell, and he was like, "Man, mine doesn't look like that." And I said, "Yeah, it's kind of a steal, but it's one of those things where you want other people to get into the niche. You want to draw them in, just bring them in."
Oh, I can't. Hey, Robert, I can't thank you enough. Seriously, that was awesome.
I'm gonna show one other big boy book before I show your love. You ready?
Yep.
You talked about this book in the U.S. version before, but this is the UK Fantastic Four #5. Creepy. What number is Creepy?
Creepy World's 36, and that's the only one graded on the census right now. And I called CGC, and they said the only thing that was color touched on there is the flame that's on Dr. Doom's hand. They said it was touched with a yellow marker. They said it can be removed. So they said I might send it back, and they said it might not affect the grade getting that removed. So I'm going to resubmit that.
And I had that the same thing with my Marvel Spotlight. It bumped it down maybe a half a grade. And at that point, 4.0 or 3.5, it really doesn't. I mean, to you doesn't matter as long as you get a blue label, right? Who cares?
Like it doesn't. It's like that book is not readily available everywhere. It's like there's one listed right now on eBay for $500, but I haven't seen one since I bought this one. That's the only other one I've seen.
I mean, my personal opinion on this, unless you're actually thinking of selling or want to be liquid, just leave it be.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that because I really like Doom. So that's kind of a PC book for me anyway.
If you think someday I may sell it to get something else, all right, get it liquid because it's a fucking 6-month turnaround to do all that. But
yeah,
if it's low on your list to sell, then don't bother. But it's just a time dollar commitment because same reason I fucking spending money on like Mylars. It's just money you can't spend on another book.
But this one's kind of like I wanted to preserve it more. I was actually going to leave this one raw, but it was kind of a beat spine a little bit, and it was a little tear at the bottom on the bottom spine. But I said, as long as it's in case, it's a nice thick case too. So I said I'd rather have. Size? It's like a trade paper size. It's like a little bit thicker.
But I mean, width is this comic size or magazine size?
Oh, it's regular. It's like a Silver Age size almost.
It looks big in that frame.
Yeah, it's three stories in one. It has that, and it has the FF3, FF5, and then it has one other story. I think it's like a later story. Like a lot of these forums, the stories aren't in continuity. They kind of dance around with it. So it's like, but I know CBCS probably would have listed the other stories. But like I said, it was more or less just preserving it. I ain't feel like opening another subscription with CBCS.
Yeah, I understand. So you want to go to the Big book, or you want to go to the Cat?
Let's go with it.
All right, my boy Robert and I have been non-canon Spidey fucking lovers from the beginning. This book is the one that kind of got me in it. This is definitely the book that got kind of Robert attracted. I'm real fucking jealous of this one. I wish I bought it, but I knew my boy needed it. It is probably the second most famous non-canon Spidey book by Duran.
Yes.
The Big Booty Gwen. Number 181. This is the prettiest copy I've even seen exist. Like I got a 4.5 and maybe a 4, and I've been watching this book forever. And this damn one is clean, so clean.
But I have to give you the story of what happened. I moved recently, like 3 months ago. I forgot to change my address on PayPal, and it went to my old address. Luckily, I only live 4 minutes away, and luckily the guy already was like, I knew this probably would belong to you because it happened one time before, and I never remembered to change it. But he had it waiting for me. He was like, this is yours. And I was like, you have no idea. I want to hug you right now. Can I hug you? Is it cool?
Well, I mean, in my mind, you got a great deal on this book, but it was not a cheap book.
No. To date, this is probably my highest.
It's a number. I mean, I've talked on the show is spending crazy money on foreigns, people will judge you, but I feel like you made a good purchase. You made a great purchase. If you passed it up and you said, John, I'm not going to buy it, it's too much, I was going to fucking buy the damn thing.
I wanted it. It was one of the.
You got a better deal than I would have offered him, so I'm proud of you.
I appreciate you letting me get it because
that's got to be. Yeah. Is this book kind of like the?
It's the number 2.
There's nothing that even gets any close to it out there.
My opinion, just looking at it, I'm giving it like an 8 or 8.5, but it's just a matter of.
It depends where it goes, but it's in that ballpark.
Yeah, it's a beautiful book.
For a Mexican
I'm talking about
book.
the issue itself. Like this is the AF-15. This is the Detective 27 for foreign stuff, right?
I think the wedding issue is probably number 1. This is number 2.
Yeah, this is definitely number 2, and the Satanica is probably the number 3 if I had to pick.
I like the Satanica one. That's one I would like to get.
There's a true vampy one. There's one that's actually vampy, but this one is just the one that it gets us all going. When did Gwen get a booty?
It's fucking great. It's a great cover.
It's just showing a little cultural difference. It's I don't know. It's just different. I don't know. If you're not got the foreign bug, I apologize for fucking talking about it. I apologize for drive Robert on here and fucking talk about it some more, but I fucking love this craziness. It is just what it is. This is also a later issue in the run. It goes up to 185 as the last non-canon. This is 181. So it's real late in the run.
Is this 181 or 180?
It's 180. It's 180.
Sorry. But it's getting 181's a famous number. Sorry.
No, 180 is way more famous. What are you talking about?
But it's late in the run. It's hard to get, and it just is. It's one of those that like we just get attracted to as what is this? What's going on here? This is crazy.
Right. Then it's like it's one of those things. Like even when I cracked it open, like I sent the picture of that to the interior. Like those, like the pages are browning, but it's almost like an off-white, but it still looks clean. Like it doesn't.
I will tell you what. I've got a lot of these Mexican editions. If you get a nice copy, the pages are white and the coloring is so much better than the Americans. The print quality is amazing.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
But I'm proud of myself jumping on it. I'm proud of myself.
Just for you graders, here's the back. It is a pretty goddamn book. Robert, you have a piece of history that, if these non-canons keep going, you had a book that's not replaceable, honestly. So
if it was an H&G drawing copy, I think I probably would have like jumped through the roof. Like it's almost like getting a golden ticket from Willy Wonka.
We both think this is an H&G copy, which is an unofficial pedigree of the foreigns. It was a file copy. I think I got the wedding edition, but they just didn't stamp them all. So
we gotta get them graded, John.
I was gonna say, are you gonna grade that one?
I want to send it to Sean and see if he can kind of press it a little bit, but I'm almost tempted to just send it in as is. It puts character into it. I wanted to kind of keep it.
You want me to send Sean some beater issues of this run, just to see if he can get some paper quality issues down?
I have the other one that Matt sent to me, the swordsman, the swordsman issue, the yellow cover.
Well, I got some duplicates and triplicates. I can send them if you just to get the paper shit down. We should do that.
All right, because I'm pretty sure once we send our books in, once we send ours in, we would be the only two that have those books graded.
Well, the other weird thing about these, they're like 14 pagers.
Yeah,
there's no advertising, and they're 14 pages. They're real thin. There's not much in them, so no wasted space
at all.
So
and they're real thin too.
Oh, absolutely, they're like paper thin.
That cover looks so white.
Oh, it is.
I shit you not. This is a pretty goddamn book.
I scanned that one. I didn't even take a picture. That's a scan. 300 DPI.
It looks so stinking white.
I'm not saying this will be the highest grader ever, but it's going to stay on top of the census for a very, very, very long time. I mean, there's a lot of guys that have been buying these issues, and not many this nice come up. All right, let's keep shit rolling. We're gonna do some Captain America because Robert loves some Captain America. This is probably my favorite buy of yours outside of the Gwen Big Booty.
I love that cover. That's my oldest book, 1945. Now I bought this one because on the inside it's the week of my birthday, but it's in 1945, so it's kind of a double love. Like this has
so
no staples.
you weren't born in 45.
Negative. not even a flip of that. But this one has no staples because it was taken out. And as you can see, there's no rust around the edges where the staples would be. But
I talked to you guys about this before my Mary Marvel Golden Age. Is they take those staples out because they're just going to rust the shit out.
Yeah, and this book is thick. It's 80 pages, so it's real thick. And Captain America only has 4 pages in the inside.
No shit.
4 pages out of 80 pages. Huh?
This is Brazil, right?
Yes, it's Brazil.
It's crazy.
I bought this from Sky.
It's crazy to see an American, like a hero like that, on a different country's comic.
This is the first country that printed Captain America outside of the U.S. during the Timely Comics run.
Wow, man, that's crazy. That's real history right there.
The issue is this title. It just seems to be like 4-color to us, because this is my Mary Marvel, which is a whole different fucking publisher, is also Geary.
Now, if you ever listen to Matt Roybell and Ken Worthing on foreign podcast, foreign comic calling, they actually talk about the Guri run. There's some non-canon Mary Marvel too. There's 7 or 8 issues as non-canon.
Yeah,
Because once when the lawsuit happened, it kept running, and they just said they kept going with the story anyway.
Yeah,
so that might be something to hunt for.
Guri is just good luck, man. Finding Golden Age Brazil comics. Sorry, I had to freaking break elbows to get this one, but like I said, it's an interesting title that it doesn't care whether it's Marvel, DC. It's just licensed comics. So
yeah.
A little more Captain America for you.
Italian Corno. Now, this book is thick. It's almost as stiff as cardboard. Like, no matter how you hold it, it stays flat like that. So these are not pressable because it's a card stock, just like the Luma Ragno 90, the all black Spidey 300 cover. Like, this one's it's stiff. It doesn't bend at all.
No, they're cardboard. Yeah, once it's screwed, it's screwed. That's a beautiful.
Yeah.
Looks like a on Steranko.
No, he still has a signature on there. It's just like they just reused the art. They colored it different.
It just looks so different.
Yeah.
All right. Well, one more cap just to show it off.
Cabanas. Now
Is
this one,
the Greek.
Yes, this is the Greek one. They took away the Avengers Assemble word ball to the to the left. They took that out. I thought that was kind of cool. And they took out the price where the price the 12 cents would go under the indica. They took that out. I grabbed
9 or 18?
13.
13. First mansion.
Yeah.
All right. Couple other interesting ones.
When did this get released? When did that get released?
I do not remember the year because I didn't. It was the pages were brittle, as you can see on the spine. I didn't really want to open it, but it's all black and white on the inside. There's no color.
Greek is a mother to get.
Yeah.
All right, we're jump to.
Hey, before you go to this one, hey,
bitch.
Let me ask you a random question.
Uh-huh.
What is like the most bizarre country that actually has comics from back then?
If I had to pick, I would probably say Brazil. They have the most.
No, I mean like an obscure is there one from Greenland or something just completely off the wall, like a country that's off the wall?
I don't think most in the Golden Age. I think there's really 3 or 4. I think Golden Age is usually U.S., Brazil, UK, and Australia.
Australia has a few, yes.
As you travel Silver Age, you get a few more.
It's like it was growing as it went.
Is there Russia? Is there Russian comics before the wall fell?
After the Soviet Union, it became Russia. That's when that's when Matt said the books kind of came in. It's like right after the Soviet Union fell.
There's some cool
hidden and that they passed around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think Yugoslavia's got some stuff
EKSs
around that time, and some of that. Philippines is real interesting. Philippines is rare shit. I think once you hit the Bronze Age, there's a lot more. The earlier you go, there's less and less countries.
Yeah.
Sorry for the random question. It just popped, cool. It just kind of popped into my head. Like,
question. I mean, Silver Age. Like we do the Tech. We're going to do the Tech 227 set. It's not a very big set at the time, so the later you get, the more there are.
Yeah. Now this one here is a South African owned comics. It's South Africa comics alone is already tough as is. Like I'm still in search of a Wonder Woman #1 in South Africa. That's kind of like
Wonder Woman 1980s #1.
Yeah, and these books are like, they're not open. This is what you would kind of consider ghosts. Like you might not see another one, or if you do, you better buy it because somebody else will. Because these books don't get out often. And I mean, even I bought this from George Verriet on Foreign Comics. He has his own website that he kind of sells comics from. But this is one of those ones that I said, it's a cool cover, it's clean, it's complete. It has a poster and everything. So this has a Starsky and Hutch poster on the inside. I wish I'd have sent that picture too.
Oh, that's cool.
One thing about South Africa is this was the middle of apartheid, and Super Comics was showing African Americans and white kids in the same contest winning thing. So it's a weird little piece of history.
Yes, and I like the different variations of Spider-Man on the front. It's hanging up right here.
I'm jealous. I missed one Super Comic and I regret not buying it because I was like, I don't want that one. I want a different one. It's funny. The most famous Super Comic I've seen is Super Comics #1, which is actually Action 419, the Neil Adams Superman on the Gray Tone City, and I would kill for that book, and I won't find one.
Yeah, so. George said he's seen it twice in his collecting career.
I won't find another. What do we got here? Uncle Scrooge, where are we out of here?
Now, this is South African too. And this one's, if you can see the BP in the upper left-hand corner, the moment you open it, you see South African, writing on the inside. It's all English too. And I grabbed this one because he's tossing money as a salad. That's kind of a cool thing to have hanging up too. So who doesn't like money?
All right, so we got a couple more. A little DC action.
This is the first Bat-Girl. So this kind of the first appearance of Batgirl, not Barbara Gordon, but this is who's it? Betty Kane.
Katie.
Is it Betty Kane? Yeah, Betty Kane is Batgirl. And I saw this, and if you look at the upper left-hand corner, the only thing that's different is that it's a giant edition and it has Mimosa pictures on it, which just as run alone is already tough. And
where's it out of?
South Africa.
Jesus Christ, that's got to be tough.
And then the regular one, I gave you the other picture too. That one has the DC comics in the circle and the tents.
I didn't upload that one, so I apologize.
Yeah, but the other, that's the only difference between the two. And this book is thicker too.
How would you know that? How would you know that this is from South Africa?
On the inside, it says it in the little
it says South
on
Africa?
The bottom. Yeah, on the inside, it'll say Rhodesia or Zimbabwe. But most of it just says South Africa down the bottom.
Huh.
So I was that was a cool grab.
I think one last pickup for Robert in our foreign endeavor.
This one came today. This literally just came today. I'm starting the X-Men 266 set. I have the little digest size Abril one from Brazil. I have this one. I'm eyeballing the Italian, and I think I have one left. It's the Finland one, the Finnish. I think that's the only one I'm missing. I'm missing the newsstand, but I think I might go for a newsstand Mark Jewelers. I think that's the one that's kind of a trump to the newsstand.
Do they have a Mark Jewelers newsstand?
Yes, there's one listed right now on eBay, but don't have the capital for that right now. But I do want to get that set. I have a 9/8 of the regular cover already.
Every time I see this cover, I look at what he's wearing and I just think to myself, what a horrible outfit for an X-Men.
It was cool back in the night or back
right?
then.
It was so cool back then.
He's a fan favorite. But this book is thicker too.
Somebody said that to me. I forget who it was. It might have been one of you guys that said how terrible his costume is. And now every time I see that cover, that's all I think about. It's crazy. It looks like it's a little bit different color too, right? It's a little different shade of purple.
It's supposed to be blue and the stripes are supposed to be pink, but they flipped the color. It's a lot of that going on in foreigners too. I have a Black Panther cover that he has a light skin tone and he has black gloves and a mask, but everything else is he's light skin or white.
Wow, that's crazy. Was that South Africa probably?
No, that's actually Australian. There's a French Canadian one too. They did the same thing. They did the Jungle Action 5, but they flipped. You've seen it from Black Panther's perspective and not Manate. So it's kind of like they flipped that image, and I was like, that's weird. I'll take it. It's still Jungle Action 5.
That's actually kind of cool though that they did that they changed it up.
Yeah, that happens a lot. Like you'll see a different perspective. Like one of the 227s, you'll see Robin instead of the Maiden running.
Yeah, we talked about that one, the Super Amigos.
Yeah, like some of those, you see them change the artwork, or it's almost like they want them to do their own style, where they kind of just, let the artist do what they want.
Check out Global Comic Safari.
Yes.
Very cool.
Those are awesome, Robert.
Appreciate it. The collection grows.
How many do you have right now?
Right now, I'm sitting at probably about 20 books, but all of them, I'm they say I have a sickness, but it's a structured path I'm going on. Like I'm starting on the Bishop set too. Like I have a bunch of those that I have. I have the Lebanese one. It's the real one. It's not the counterfeit one. Like
That's a
it's been going around.
So you're not doing like the random. I'm just buying everything that I like I would do. No
money to waste here. I can't.
You have to be dedicated, because if you just buy everything that comes your way, you'll buy everything.
Trust me. They Matt said, it's a sickness. You're like you'll spin yourself into like, I don't want to do this anymore. I can't afford it. But like that Batman I gave you, that came in a trade. It only cost me $50, and I was like, I'll give it to someone that appreciates it more than me just sitting here on it. I was like, I asked you what character you like. You said you like Batman. I said, hey, I'll let you get in on the love too.
Hey, it'll stay right there. Well, it'll be in a case at some point, but it's gonna stay there forever.
Yeah. Like I've been trying to figure out what Z wants, but he's so obscure. I didn't know what direction to go in.
You don't need to send me anything, my friend. We're all
hey, if you can find like a Costa Rican cowboy, that would be round cover. That would be like he would just die.
He'd be in a Speedo and a water gun.
Yeah. So one last thing. Robert has been kind enough to donate to the cause of growing our little demented little show that keeps talking about foreigns and baseball cards and toys and whatever you want to do. We have talked about these books before, but Robert is going to donate one of the Japanese Playboy Spider-Man books.
Now, this is the one that was in the article that, Bleeding Cool screwed up. But, like I said.
Tom and Bleeding Cool mentioned this one. Number, is this 20?
39.
I apologize. So this is one of the 10 issues of Japanese Playboy with Spider-Man in it.
Yes.
Robert is going to donate it based upon us hitting a subscriber goal to the YouTube channel.
Go ahead and subscribe, guys. This is in the Japanese run. This is the first Mary Jane. This is the first time you see Mysterio in the run. So it's kind of a key book in the Japanese run, the officially licensed Playboy run. But let it be known, it's not Hugh Hefner's Playboy. It's Japanese's version of Playboy.
So you guys won't find it. You can try and buy one. It's going to be hard. So much easier. Like, subscribe. We are at
tell your friends.
When we checked this morning, the YouTube channel was at 682. We are setting a goal of 725. We hit 725 by next week. This book is getting given away. So like, subscribe, share to your friends, get somebody else to like and subscribe.
Once it gets to that number, who are you going to give it to, or how would they?
We'll do a random generator on all our subscribers, right?
On all the subscribers, or anybody that's watching live?
No, anybody that shares and likes. We're going to post some posts on IG, Facebook, all these things. So from those posts, like it, share to some friends, make a comment. That's how you're going to get in. Anybody that's done any of those things on that group, we will put in the randomizer and give it away.
Yep, you got to be subscribers though, for sure.
Got to be a subscriber. Got to like, share on IG, Facebook, or some other platform that we randomly stumble upon. And Share away. That's only 40 people, guys, so you can do it.
That's pretty impressive, Robert. That's
Yeah.
much appreciated there.
This book we know has sold for $250. So
Now, to be honest with you, like just getting y'all asked how was it impossible to finish that run. You know, like Andy helped me with like 5 of them, but the rest of it was just like we scroll through eBay looking for deals, or you just keep scrolling and scrolling for hours. I had nothing but time, Rinkia and Google Translate
no,
to
the thing
scroll
is,
through.
though, you do Rinkia, you gotta pay.
Yeah.
I was about to say, how do you even search for this? Because those aren't even letters. They're
it's-
just symbols.
But
tough.
it's the thing of when you go on Google Translate, you type in Playboy because that's the word that's kind of sticking out. But even then, they don't list it correctly either. So when you do it, you literally have to look at photos. Sometimes they'll put this book behind 7 other books, but you just have to know what you're looking at. So once I had the picture of all 10 books, it literally was just like, okay, I might have to buy one that had 3 books in it. And then I would just, throw the other books in the library or whatever. Or I would just find something to use for, like use some of the ads in it for artwork or whatever it is. Cause I'm an art major in college. So it's kind of like I'm playing with, looking at pictures, scrolling, scanning, saying like, oh, that's the corner of number 40. Yeah, I need that. So it's kind of like, and then Rinkia has a system where I kind of wish eBay did it too. Like say you win a bid, to save on shipping, you have 58 days to get it out. So you can literally win another one, save that one to the cart, and then go win another one, save that to the cart, and then you can ship them all at the same time for one shipping fee.
Well, you say that as it's great, but I mean, I bought a book that I won for less than $40. To get it to America, I paid just shy of $100 between the fees, the shipping, the holding. I mean, it's not cheap to buy these editions. Even if you think you're getting a deal, it's not cheap. It is a lot of fees, a lot of middlemen. So,
yeah,
absolutely, you can't just buy it on eBay and get a $3 shipping fee on this damn thing.
Nah, it was like when you hit 3 books, it kind of lessens it a little bit. But we're like for 3 books, I had sitting. I think I paid like was it $35 for shipping, and it got to me with the Rinkia Prime. It got to me in like 7 days. But it's like it's like it kind of was worth it. But now they're hip to this book selling. So now it's literally like I don't see them anymore.
No. I bought my couple when I bought them, and I'm out of that market because you won't find them cheap again. Because if you live in Japan, you're gonna buy it cheap because you're not gonna pay all the fees, and then you'll resell it.
Yeah.
So there's guys watching for it now.
So you guys need to subscribe so you can get this one.
Like, subscribe, get a deal, my friends. We'll post some posts on IG, Facebook.
There will be some posts tonight on IG and Facebook for everybody out there that goes and shares that. Share them in some of your Facebook groups. Share it on your Facebook feed and on your IG feed. Get it out there. If we can get to 725 subscribers by this time next week, you guys will be entered in the drawing for that book. So
yeah, and go to Robert's IG and show him some love and subscribe to him there too.
We'll put him on those posts.
So
I even posted the video about Big Booty Gwen. It was nice.
You did. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. One more thing. Next week we're gonna have Nico from Nico Time Comic Wars. Had some great interviews. Come catch us out. We're gonna talk the state of the comic market this year. So that should be some good stuff.
Very good. And we always, we appreciate you guys. Comment, like, subscribe. Let us know how we're doing. Make sure you guys check out the Hot 10 show every Friday night at 11 p.m. Eastern time.
Except last week.
Yep. Last week, life happened. We still got the list is out there, though, if you guys want to go check it out. So make sure you go to comicbookinvest.com for all your speculation and comic needs. You will find the new Hot 10 list on that website by the one and only Ben S. And also check out Flipside Table Breaks. Check out Global Comic Safari. When do you guys got a new episode coming out?
Hopefully a week from Tuesday.
All righty. Hopefully, you guys, let's get to 725. Give you guys a chance to win a book. Check out
Rob's showing off a little CBSI swag.
Hell yeah. All right, guys.
Yeah,
Peace.
yeah, I'm glad Robert was on. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you, man.